Hey everybody, today I'd like to address the question of primordial beingness, the original essence of everything. Put it simply, why is there something rather than nothing, or what was there at the beginning? This was a question posed to evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins when I recently watched a video by Piers Morgan. And it's usually the question that religious people pose to atheists, basically saying, look, there had to be something at the beginning, and if you can't explain what there was at the beginning, then God makes a logical sense. The reason I want to discuss the primordial beingness is not to knock religion, quite the opposite. I believe religion is something beautiful, something very positive. But if we could just address the original essence and understand it, actually understand what's being proposed, that's true power. You can really build upon that. I use it every morning before I start my morning meditation, and you can, through understanding the original beingness, why is there something rather than nothing, we can really build powerful tools to manifest whatever we want in life. So obviously religion, as I said, what was there at the beginning, religion solves this very simply by saying there was God, but science actually gives us a real clue. And we best use English language because it's very simply describes something, a thing, and nothingness. People say, well, how can there be nothing? But nothingness is actually no thing, no physical thing. Well, something actually implies that there is a physical thing, and whoever's had the time to look into, subatomic reality, you actually realize that there is no matter as such. There are no things as such. There are literally just virtual fields and forces interacting between each other, and through this interaction, through constant movement. By the way, did you realize that our reality comes into existence through movement? We cannot, a brain cannot comprehend a static reality. Just think about it, because you can't, because you're always thinking about something. So our reality comes into existence through movement. They are basically virtual fields and forces giving rise to particles, which then is, particles which have mass, because they are basically various forces pushing against each other, and that's how mass comes into existence. And that we actually call something. But let's go back, let's not complicate it too much. The nothingness, or the primordial beingness, the original essence of the world, the important thing to understand, to actually understand what we are proposing. And I challenge all the religious people, not challenge, I invite all the religious people to also understand what is being proposed. What is being proposed is infinity, okay? And how long is infinity? How deep is infinity? How wide is infinity? You cannot know the whole of infinity. You can only know parts of infinity. And so the primordial essence, the original beingness, it's basically, I would describe it as the infinite potential. It is the infinite potential in constant movement, the infinite potential in constant change and self-revelation. There is continuously new realities emerging from this infinite potential. And we have come, the world and everything, including us, have come from this infinite potential. We are manifestations of this infinite potential. This infinite potential is within us, is all around us. And once we understand where we have come from and what is this primordial existence, we can really use this to create powerful tools to propel us into just about any reality we wish. Okay, I'll stop there now, and then in the next post I'll build upon that. I want you to understand what is being proposed. What is being proposed as God? Obviously religion calls it God, spirituality calls it perhaps infinite potential, science calls it nothingness or virtual fields and forces, philosophy will come up with various explanations. But this, spirituality, philosophy, religion, and science are the four pillars of human knowledge. And if we can get, you will find that although they are like, the four different pillars of our knowledge, they pretty much, talking about God, we pretty much agree on everything. Yeah. So it's quite funny that there's so much separation and everything, but really, one who has looked honestly and sincerely will come to the similar conclusion that so-called, call it God, call it primordial beingness, the source of everything, the original essence, it is basically infinite potential in constant change and self-revelation. Okay, speak to you soon. Bekak.